Hello. Probably the essential differences between relationships which have love compared with the relationships which have in love, or another way of putting it, workplace relationships compared with relationships at home, or relationships with your partner, lifelong partner, compared with the relationship with your lifelong friend, is the intimacy. And the point about the intimacy is why it's so important is because it's in the intimate relationships that the biggest problems, the biggest difficulties, the biggest things you've got to get rid of are going to come up and have to be resolved. This is why these relationships break down so often, because they're the most challenging relationships you can have. I don't care how good it is. So when you're in a relationship, and when you're in an intimate relationship, and you've got a problem which is going on there, it's not because the relationship's not working. It actually is working. Because that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to bring this stuff up. They're supposed to bring this bigger stuff up. So the question is not whether it's working or not. The question is, are you stuck or are you in flow? Because if you're stuck, that's when you start to spiral down into a pit of depression and things go from bad to worse to terrible. But if you're in flow, even if you haven't resolved the difficulty, because you're in flow, it still feels good. Because you and your partner are working together to work it through. Sometimes the big issue you've got is just to work it through together, to be together, to talk and to communicate. They're very, very cautious about judging a relationship which isn't working just because it's stuck. Now, the only time people should really separate and get out of there is if it's quite obvious that one or both partners are not willing to do their part for the relationship to go forward. Now, it's pretty easy to focus on your partner and say, hey, you're not doing it, so I've got to get out of here. But hey, it's usually about you. It's usually about you. You're usually the one that won't go forward. You're usually the one that sees yourself being so blocked that you can't deal with this. Because one of the things about dealing with these relationships is to focus on yourself. Thank you very much.